This is part two of the Zoom, same one as Saturday, 7th September. The internet cut off, and I immediately mentioned it on the Telegram channel. It is now on the hotspot right now on my phone. The Wi-Fi seems to be working on the laptop, but I don't know why it cut off from the computer, which is very, very strange. However, uh, here we are. We are back. As I was mentioning, the important thing is to follow instructions. I'm going to share with you guys, by the way, tomorrow, the video that's already been recorded today. Some very interesting things. I wish I had my notes with me over here, but it's in the other room. However, I have mentioned a few things to you guys, namely, for the first time, I'm mentioning with you very particular dates and very particular numbers on some of the private sales that I got into before I built Cryptonaire Network. And I shared that with you for a very particular reason, which you'll find out tomorrow. I have mentioned a little bit about the game developers for United Tokens. I'm just going through some of the notes over here. And this is quite an important announcement that is going to be coming up tomorrow. So please make sure to focus on it and to watch it fully. I talk about United Tokens rounds, seeing as United is the private sale is happening exclusively inside of the Cryptonaire Network dashboard. I do know all the numbers. So I share with you what was the biggest round so far, what's been happening between round one and round four, my prediction for round five. I share with you what's going to be happening next. And there is a lot of very interesting information on that video. I did read it out from a few sheets of paper because I wanted to keep to the points and I needed to make all the points that I needed to make. So because I had that prepared on the plane, I was traveling to several different countries. I ended up, instead of trying to memorize it and look at the camera, I was reading off of the notes. That's how important it was. So make sure that you do watch that tomorrow. In the meantime, somebody asked me, would it be a good idea to purchase the Plus membership or no? It's a very good idea. However, there's no signals that is going to be going out just yet, because it's not the altcoin season, so you do have time. However, it's of course a good idea to do that. What would I do in your position? I would first get United, and then I would purchase the Plus membership a little bit later. However, after the launches, I will be looking at what tokens to purchase for the short term, etc. So the Plus membership is quite important. So it's up to you what to do. What I wanted to discuss on this Zoom session in particular was about the double deposits. Many of you have done double deposits. And what that means is you went to deposit now. You chose either Bitcoin or Ethereum or Tron or BNB or USDT TRC20, which is the Tron network, or USDT ERC20, which is the Ethereum network. You made your deposit, you purchased whatever you wanted to purchase, and you said, okay, I have the address and I'm going to send more funds into it. And so what happened when you did that is you don't see the balance all of a sudden because you didn't read the notes, which said that it's one-time use only and always click generate address for any new deposits. However, those funds are received and you will end up getting credited whatever you wanted to purchase at the time you were going to purchase it, which I will define as the time that you made the deposit. So if you deposited funds for United on round one and you did a double deposit, when I end up crediting your United token in the dashboard, then it will be based on round one and round one pricing. So you don't have to worry about that. I will process all of this in one go. The information that you need to send is already very clear. It was clear, as a matter of fact, more than 1 year ago. It is in the dashboard and it's the last part of the menu called Support AI plus Human. When you click that and you click Start, it will show you a menu, what you can follow, which will guide you. The last part of that menu is something about deposits missing. And then I answer very clearly why that might be. And then you will put your transaction ID in there. But please follow instructions. Why? Because I will go through it in one go. I will do it in one go and I'll do it before the launch. And I don't want to hear any, oh, what happened? I emailed you. I did this. I did that. You got to send it on the Telegram, on support. And this is why one of my first instructions over a year ago when I did create and build Cryptonaire network is sit down and take the time to go through everything. Go through the dashboard. Maybe take your laptop or your phone somewhere, go to a cafe, go sit at a park bench, or just chill at home and go through everything on the dashboard. It's there for you, and it's there that it's going to make a big impact in your life. It's not going to impact my life. I could have retired before Cryptonaire Network was built. And instead of doing that and going in a different direction, I decided to build Cryptonaire Network. It's more fulfilling to help you out than all the peers and associates that I know that already have millions of dollars that just want to make more money for fun. Because for them and for me, it's fun to make money. But I do remember early on, it wasn't fun. I had to do it. I had to pay rent. I had to pay bills. I had to eat. And I didn't have that comfort. And now it's so much more satisfying for me to help you get that comfort, and then to help you get that comfort, and then to help you get that cushion where you don't have to worry. And so, in your position, I'm not sure why some people are not going through the dashboard entirely. I did have a look at the numbers, by the way, and the average time somebody's on the website is very long, actually. And it's very surprising because a lot of websites, people are on there for an average of 30 seconds. Some people are there for 20 seconds. A little bit over a minute is a long time, by the way, for a website. Don't forget that the average attention span, I think, is 6 seconds for a human being. The average time on the Cryptonaire network website is over 5 minutes, which is a very large period of time. It's over 1,000% the average of many well-made websites. So that's good stuff. John said after, and a great question. John said after United and Mintab was launched, how soon will you add additional hot pre-sale tokens? I answered that on the video that I recorded right before this Zoom session. So the answer would be there. And I did mention it's quite rare to find private sales, hot pre-sales. And I've mentioned more details on it because what I did was I shared with you guys some specific numbers and dates, prices, and ROIs, return on investments, timeframes, the whole thing on several private sales that I was involved in. And then I mentioned what I learned from each one. And what's happened is that the set of conditions that I have on what a quality private sale is, most, if not pretty much all private sales that I've been looking at don't meet these conditions. And I will not place my money unless it meets all conditions. And if I do not place my money in because it doesn't meet all conditions, then I'm not going to put it on the dashboard because I only tell you to do what I do because I want you to win like I win. So it's getting tougher and tougher. And to give you a quick sneak peek, there is more chance of Cryptonaire network coming out with the very first token than to be able to find a private sale that meets certain conditions. So we'll see what happens, what the future brings. But I did outline to you my intentions and my thoughts, I should say, on what could potentially come next. It is recorded and it will go up tomorrow. Albert said, where is that support information on Telegram? If you log into Cryptonaire Network's dashboard, the menu is the clearest part of what you need to be going through. And you will see in the menu support AI plus human. When you click that, it'll take you to that Telegram. And then you click start and it's a bot. And the bot is always learning and changing its answers, hence AI. And it will help you with the information you need. Albert had a long message. Da, 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 da. You might want to keep that private, Albert, because you shared your email address and such. So make sure you actually look through things properly. Everything is correct. You just have to add in your wallet address. And like I've mentioned, Albert, please do pay attention to what my words here and actually look at the roadmap also, because 15 days after today, when MintHub launch or was to be launched, is when you receive the first 20% of your tokens, which was clear from day one. Over 400 days ago, it was clear. Over 400 days ago, the PDF you had access to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, you did write it in English, which means you are literate in the English language. It was written in English over 400 days ago. You had access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm assuming because of the numbers that you mentioned, you're not you don't have 1 million to your name. But for some reason, I have noticed the difference between successful people, financially successful people, and financially unsuccessful people is that any person that I've spoken to that's financially successful, it's not about being smart. I've noticed that people that are have a lower IQ actually end up making more money because they just get straight to the point and make things happen. And people that think a lot more end up being slower and making less money, or it takes them longer to build momentum. But what I've noticed, the main culprit, the main culprits to financially unsuccessful people is the lack of focus and the lack of attention. The lack of reading, it's almost like financially unsuccessful people can only read if it's a children's book. If there's a few words and lots of pictures and emojis, then they'll read. You've got to sit and focus. In your state, we're talking one to one here. If I am in your position, I would be in panic mode. I wouldn't sleep. I wouldn't move off of any desk. I would sit and put in the focus and put in the work. If I had a 9 to 5 job and I have to come home and there's kids screaming around and whatever the case is, I would just, everyone, please stay in the living room. I go to the bedroom and I get on with what I need to get on with. I would close the door and I would sit down and I would focus. But it seems like some of you are comfortable in your position. That's a very scary thing. And I can't help people who are comfortable in their position. So I will not tolerate any longer any stupidity. And I will not tolerate it because I don't have the time to tolerate it anymore because I need to look out for everyone in Cryptonaire Network's best interest. And if someone wastes my time by saying, hey, I didn't receive my MintHub tokens, or hey, I've deposited 2 seconds ago in Bitcoin and I don't see the deposit showing. First of all, the Bitcoin network transfers can take half an hour, 20 minutes. It's based on the blockchain. So follow the instructions. The fact that I know the numbers on each round of how many United tokens are purchased means that deposits work, commissions work, and withdrawals are taking place. Hundreds of dollars a day is spent from my own pocket on the fees that you should be paying. So I'm taking care of you the best way possible. And it doesn't sound good to say this, but it is the truth. If you are financially unsuccessful after having been inside of Cryptonaire network, I can say it's 100% your fault, which most people don't like because they want to shift blame elsewhere. Never shift blame elsewhere. Always take responsibility for your current situation. And I accept your current situation, but I will not accept it a few months from now, even if you're on zero, because there were people in Cryptonaire network with $0 completely who used a copy and paste marketing material in the marketing material section in the menu. They just sent it out everywhere, spammed everyone, made thousands of dollars, got inside the Cryptonaire Accelerator, got inside the secret membership, purchased 1-2 tokens. That went up. They purchased MintHub. They purchased United. They shared their story. And now they've got one particular person over $100,000, all within a year. And he had nothing but an internet connection. So it is possible. What tends to happen when weak people have a wake-up call and weak people have to take accountability for their own results is that they tend to run away, hide, crawl somewhere, and just shrivel under the pressure. When you tell a strong person to take responsibility, or someone that is looking to be strong, looking to be financially independent to some degree, to have a security, financial security, and to upgrade his or her life, when you tell them, the next thing they will say is, okay, I understand. What do I need to do? And I want you guys, every single one of you, to be the type of person that says, what do I need to do? And the answer is very clear. You need to do what I personally do. Now, 30 seconds is left, I see, for round 5 of United. The tech team has given me the keys. I click a button and it shifts to round 5. So I will do that right now because remember, respecting deadlines. So here we are. And there we go. Round 5 has officially started. So make sure that you take action on round 5. It's the last round. The price started at $0.001. It doubled on round 2 to 0.002. It doubled again on round 3 to 0.004, and then to round 4 at 0.008. And now, those of you that didn't take action, that could have taken action, it's just doubled to 0.016. And then there will be people who will say, oh my goodness, I've missed out on round 1, on round 2, on round 3, on round 4. Is it even worth it to get round 5? I'm going to feel sorry for myself. And then they miss out on round 5. Then it launches publicly. And then the game starts happening. And then the distribution starts to take place of the game revenue. And then while everyone is winning, and people say, I'm so lucky I got in a private cell. I got into round 5. It sucked that I didn't get into round 1, but thanks to the fact that I got into round 5, I'm now earning about $8,000 a month and more and counting every single month, because I managed to get in and I didn't feel sorry for myself. And there will be a split of Cryptonaire network members right down the middle. And it's going to be people who have taken action, who are doing well, who are living with fewer regrets. And there will be people who don't take action, paralysis by analysis, overthinking, overcomplicating things when I've simplified it as much as possible, and then who end up living in the same, if not worse, situation because the world is going to shit. Everything is costing more. I was unaware of it because I don't even know how much things cost anymore. But when I looked at the stats, the cost of living, what's the cost of living now? Has it gone up in the last 10 years? Has the cost of living gone up in the last 10 years? Yes or no, guys? People are saying yes. Somebody said at least 4 times more. Somebody said definitely. Somebody said yes, very much. Somebody said absolutely in the last year. Somebody said so much. Don't you want to be in a position where you actually have to ask people because the costs of living is negligible? Me in this state keep my hunger and my drive and my focus, and I'm sharp and I'm looking through things. You need to be much more sharper than me. I didn't even know the cost of livings went up. So Dr. Sanders said, yes, it skyrocketed. And it's only going to continue to go up, which means you cannot escape from inaction. Meaning you can't look at Cryptonaire network and say, ah, paralysis by analysis. I don't know what to do. You know what? I got into round five is here, but I should have gotten into round one. I'm gonna back off, and you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. I'm just going to ignore it. You can't do that because you're going to suffer more. You've got to take action today and now, no matter what. So make sure you do that. Um, I personally did not know that the cost of livings went up. I don't know how much eggs cost, milk costs, meat. I don't know how much anything costs. I'll be honest with you. And it's been a very long time that I haven't had a look. I mentioned how much this cost, but I forgot already. I mentioned how many thousands the camera and the lens cost, but I forgot already. I don't know what I'm paying for most things because it's negligible, not because I'm financially irresponsible. I'm actually very responsible financially. It's just that the costs are negligible because, as a direct result of me focusing. So if I was you and I registered for Cryptonaire Network, man, the first thing I would do is go through the whole thing. Doesn't that make sense? And no matter how busy I am, I would allocate a time of the day where I say, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go through. I'm going to spend time going through the dashboard. I'm going to spend time going through the latest content. I'm going to look at the email. Every day I'm emailing you. So why don't you once a day check your email? Once a day, check the Telegram channel, right? Pin the Telegram channel to the top so you can see it all the time. I think you can even turn on the notifications on particular channels. I'm not sure if, but just do that. Take action. And if you wish to be informed and do your paralysis by analysis, go through the dashboard, go through all the content. Right. That's enough ranting. In all honesty, you guys are doing an amazing job. Over 5 minutes is the average view time inside of the website. Public information, by the way, there are ways to check for any websites. And over 5 minutes is a very long time, 20 times the average. I think over 20 times the average, and that's of a good website. So good stuff. At the same time, many of you have taken action. A very good ratio of you have taken action and are very focused. So while I'm giving you a hard time, it's out of lifting you as much as I can. That's why I'm putting pressure on you sometimes. But you are doing a good job. So well done. And I've shown some stats to other people and their jaws dropped. They said, you've got an elite group of people, animals and savages that are hungry and ruthless. And I said to them, these are people who I have done the best that I can to guide. I've lost sleep to make sure that they are well taken care of. And I am constantly in communication with them, constantly doing the best that I can. And they have done a great job and they know what they're doing and they're smart and they're sharp and they're focused and they listen. So I was flexing you guys earlier. I was saying, look, these guys, look at these guys. So I am proud of you, and you are doing a good job. But it is my job to never tell you that you're doing a good job and to continue to kick your ass so you can continue to upgrade and elevate. Does that make sense? Eugene said relationship matters. Thank you, brother. David said thank you for your efforts. You are appreciated. Hassan said thanks a bunch for your valuable time and information. Michael said, I don't know either about the pricing of things. He said, I don't know either. I buy what I want. I don't look at prices. Isn't that nice? I want everybody in that position. Lucy said, I value your advice. Um, Guapalewa said, you are doing a fantastic job. We said, we're like this. Minelli said, thank you so much, Rahman. We appreciate you. Russ said, yes, kick my ass, boss. Um, and I do it out of love. I don't really say, I don't insult anyone. I tell you what you've done wrong and then how to correct it and then how I would think in your position. And so what I'm doing is constructive criticism. When I was beginning to do well a long time ago, um, a lot of people were praising me. And when they were praising me, I was saying, you know what, I'm doing a great job. And then I would relax. And that's not good. Constructive criticism, I like. Rahman, you need to do this, and that's where you're going wrong, and this is how you can improve over here, rather than, hey, you're doing a great job. And wow, look at you. So that what it does is when people start talking to you like this, it's because to them you're doing a great job. And to their standards, you're doing a great job. And then you automatically end up dropping your standards slightly. So the reason I'm constantly pushing you and hammering at you is because my level of standards is absurd. And so even if you're getting great results, I will say to you, all right, great. Now let's do 10 times bigger. And here is how you need to do it. And that is a great thing to a great relationship to have with me for sure. But I do want you to know that I do appreciate you and I do see the job that you're putting in, and it is a great job. I just won't mention it, not that much anyway. That being said, guys, you know what to do. Take action. Tomorrow, the site's going to update a little bit, the dashboard, and then you can put in your Solana addresses for those of you that have purchased United tokens that got in after MintHub closed. Because if you click on MintHub on the menu, it's going to say server error for those of you that didn't purchase it. So I will put a section for you to add in your Solana addresses, and you will have 10 days to do it or 9 days to do it. So make sure it gets done. 19 days actually, because the first distribution is going to be 10 days after it launches. So make sure you do it. I will emphasize it plenty of times this time. Before I go, any final questions? John said, I was going to start an advertising campaign to recruit more members into Cryptonaire network. Is it still well worth it for the commissions? John, wait for me. I'm going to give you some adverts, Telegram ads. They work extremely well, by the way. I am testing the waters with it. I spoke about this, I think it was a few weeks ago on Telegram ads, because some of you ended up saying, hey, Rahman, what's this nonsense? I purchased this coin and it was bullshit. Da, 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 da. It was because it was a sponsored ad that somebody randomly placed on random Telegram channels. Cryptonaire network was one of those random Telegram channels. And a few of you have purchased different things, thinking it was me, but it's not. It was a sponsored ad. It will say sponsored, and then it will have the advert. And it just showed me that it works. So I ended up running a very quick test to see how much it will cost. And it's very, very cheap. So let me um, run a few tests first, and then I will actually give you the advert that wins. And then you can go ahead and promote it and push it. Sounds fair? Ogugowa said, sorry, I was late. When do those first 20% of Mint Hub distribution take place? Same as always. So the PDF went down, but it was up for over a year. It's 15 days after the launch. Today was supposed to be the launch. 12% of you didn't put in your Solana addresses. I begged Mint Hub to extend the time. They extended it by 5 days for the public launch. And so you got 5 days to put that in. But they said very clearly the first distribution is still going to take place on the same date, which is 15 days from today. CD said, what are your thoughts on Incognito and Solara tokens? Great tokens. Great tokens. One of them don't mention because it's for accelerator members, but they're great tokens. And I speak about private sales actually in more depth on the video that I just recorded, which goes out tomorrow, which kind of shows you the time frames of things and how things work in private sales when it comes to entry points and exit points and the returns and what happens in between and why. And I even mentioned why it happens in between and then what I look out for and things like this. So anything that I've shown you guys are excellent. Time is our best friend for that. Albert said, I already put the information in the bot. Are you going to have time to look at this right now? No, I do not. Not right now, because I'm going to upload this recording. Then I'm going to look at the edits for the videos, that the video that's going to be released tomorrow. Then I'm also going to talk to the tech department, the tech team, on the changes for tomorrow, which I'm going to prepare them for. After I do that, I'm going to email everybody on the changes on the Mintab launch date, the public launch date. And then I'm also going to email everyone on the details for what's going to be happening next for those that missed the Zoom. After I do that, I'm going to sleep. And then in the morning, I will continue by talking to the tech to make sure everything is up, checking on the video edits and making sure that the tech have it. I need to upload those edits also. After I upload those edits and get everything up, I'm going to email everyone or Telegram message it, letting you guys know that's all well and good. Then I'm going to give the first warning and say, make sure you add your wallets in. And then I'm going to record a video on Phantom, showing you exactly how to do what you need to do. And then the next day afterwards, or the day after that, I will have time. But I did mention the answer actually. I mentioned it on the previous Zoom. The answer that I gave was after round 5 is over, during the 5 days before the public launch, I will look at every single double deposit. And the fact that I mentioned it on this Zoom without anybody talking about it shows you that I'm actually prepared to look through all of the numbers and get things done. That's why I mentioned to where to place it. So make sure you place it there, because what I'm going to do is I will go to, and I use so many different softwares, guys. This Cryptonaire network is very intricate. So I'm going to log into one of the softwares here where I've set up this support. I personally set it up, by the way. There was no tech team or anything involved. I'm quite techie, but not that techie. To be able to set up, for example, the entire Cryptonaire network dashboard, but I can do many things. I will have a look at everyone who clicked double deposit and I can see all of your messages. If your message is not there, you're screwed. However, in the last 1+ years, I have been from time to time checking on all the double deposits, placing your name, your email name, email address, amounts, and whether it's confirmed or not, and the dates and the number of tokens that need to be credited to you. And I've got a long list of people that are already confirmed is in an Excel file that I didn't confirm with you. Some of you I did say, I said, hey, I got you on the Excel, you're good to go. So go to support inside of the Cryptonaire network dashboard in the menu. It literally says support and then follow the instructions. It's going to say double deposit with a question mark and then follow the instruction there. And I will process everything that needs to be processed. And anyone who lies about the double deposit is going to get kicked out. So there have been a few people who lied about it to try to get some free money. And I kicked you out. So make sure it is correct. And if you did that, just apologize on the message, say sorry, and then I'll forgive you. All right. But don't do that. All right, guys. Okay, Hatsham said, what are the next steps now for Mint Hub? If you add it in your wallet, there is no next step. Oftentimes, I've noticed that people think that they have to do so many things to make money. Maybe because they're used to it, maybe because they work by the hour, right, in your job. Sometimes you just make a lot of money based on timing and based on the action that you've taken. I have made good money in the last 12 years, but most of the money that I made, most of it came in 5 minutes on 3 private sales. It's crazy. 3 private sales took me 5 minutes in total, by the way, not 5 minutes each even. 5 minutes of my 12 years made most of the money. Isn't that something? So with Mint Hub, those of you that got into Mint Hub, as long as you add in your wallet address, you've done your job. Congratulations. And for United Token, the same thing. After you add in your wallet addresses, your Solana wallet addresses, after round 5, congratulations, you've done your job. All right, Albert, thank you for putting it in a PDF. By the way, your transaction, I like that you put it as easy as possible for me. I appreciate that. All right, Freddie said, before I hang out, I'm going to read his final message. Thank you for all of your guidelines and instructions. You get a gold medal. Thank you so much. Salute to everyone, and I'll see you on the next Zoom session.